further.
So what we see VASTVIC for ourselves is in reality in English. So what it means is we are building something in a virtual space which is equivalent or more closer to reality. So we are building an immersive commerce to expose mechanism and also trying to provide after services which is sharing, learning from a service and doing a QA about the system. So what we see today. So this is what we are seeing. We are a virtual reality platform where we expose services which provide immersive commerce. So what is the problem today we are seeing in a B2B space? So usually we see commerce happens by offline and online. So what problems we see if you talk about online, so there is a missing interactive and immersive experience today. Then you do not have any way to communicate with a B2B online commerce. You just do a chat box or you just review the you being strict to know about the product through the reviews people are giving, which now we are seeing are more biased or paid, and companies are using different ways to monetize this. Then lack of personalization, which we usually see, and so what ends up is large scale return, which is a huge cost for the company and the environment. Similarly, if you go to offline, there is a cumbersome process. So if you are a seller or a buyer, you both have to go through this cumbersome process to provide details of your company, make an informed decision about you when you're buying or making people aware about your product. So suppose this table is lying in front of me. If I am a seller, if I have to sell this product, I cannot take this product anywhere. So I am just relying on the presentation which I am making or the video which I am making. So videos are more of a 2D experience. You cannot give a full view how I can see with my naked eye. And if you are going through presentation, you are just relying on the 2D pictures. You are relying on the people you are meeting. There are times you don't get the meetings on the first time. And if you are a small SMEs or MSMEs, and one meeting costing me at least 20 to 30,000 traveling from different part of the country, you are ending up around 10-15 lakhs you are spending on a basic sales cycle. This is a very conservative figure I am putting. It's a huge cost. If you have heard from sir, it's a company, a big company is having a 30% of their budget for sales. So suppose if you are talking about Apple, how billions of dollars they are putting in the sales, and do you think the smaller companies, as told, startups has to spend more? Do we afford to spend this much amount in a sales today? No, we cannot. So we are coming with a process which we call VASTVIC to provide you an immersive solution, a 3D realistic solution. We are building our own IP through where you can scan your photos to your mobile phone and our IP will convert it to a very realistic 3D experience, immersive experience. Then we are using cutting edge Gen AI and then converting your words linguals and answering your linguals through what you see. For your example, how you do in a chat GPT, but if you think about your speaking English, you are speaking rather than texting, and your command. So suppose I want to know what this product is seen immersive. I want to know what quality of wood this is, what quality of steel this is. Will that get bad when moisture comes in? What kind of color, what kind of paint quality you have used? So there are hundreds of questions come in my mind. If I start writing a review or a Q&A system, it's not immersive or it's not interactive. But if you get that experience through vocal, it's always we know what we see and talk is more you must understand rather than reading or typing. So that experience we try to bring in here. Then this is the architecture where we are working on immersive apps, IoT, AR, VR. We are using, if you are going to commerce, we know if blockchains, and we are going with the different clouds for our things with the best compression algorithm today present for our 3D conversion, because the cost of storing the 3D are high as compared to 2D. So we have to always consider the cost, which always going to end up on a customer price. So we have to stay initially considering it, then how you maintain this. So what value proposition or how we see we are unique. So as we told, we are bringing you linguistic AI, then immersive 3D experience through scanning, so you don't need to put in specialized model builders than interactive Unity developers or Unreal developers or Xreal developers. The potential customers field which we are targeting is the in order. We are targeting manufacturing and edtech first, and if we get stabilized, we will target our healthcare and gaming industry tomorrow. How we uniquely placed. So if you see, existing platforms are moving towards e-commerce, so we will be moving towards one more level into the immersive experience. Yeah, just a few more steps. I just consider as slides too. Then, if you see generative AI with local capabilities, we can go into the local linguistics. So somebody who understands that if you have to consider, not everyone knows English. So we will, as we are going ahead, we will go into the local languages and try to utilize. So if I know Gujarati in Gujarat or Assamese in Assam or Kannada, so I can talk in that language. So pricing model, when you say, we will be going with a one-time purchase, subscription model, pay-to-use model, and recommendation model. Go-to-market strategy is we are building market intelligence, segmentation, and positioning. So we are segmenting our market into manufacturing, and then we are in manufacturing also we are targeting food. And at time we are targeting this your competitive exam section. So as the time is short, I am just closing it faster. So these are the pricing models which we are going with, the POC experience which we think can help come up, then sales and marketing experience. So this will be a unit economics of customer acquisition cost, which can come to us. Then this is a roadmap which we are thinking we will be able to release a product full scale. So we are working on the ideation, we have finished the ideation, now we are working on the development part. We are considering to finish our first MVP level in next 4 months with some of our IP being validated, and then the development cycle and the product release in next year. So these are the team members of mine, me, my architecture guy who is going to do the development, and the mixed reality guy. So we have picked one from every vertical which we need. So one are from finance, who can handle finance, one who can handle all this e-commerce development, and one who can handle mixed reality section. So thank you. Any questions? I'm happy to help answer. So these are the vision which we want to go to. Initially for MVP we want to tackle the SMEs and XMEs. For the vision we want to go to SMEs. Yeah.
But the end user is like consumer.
End user will be your B2B
SME e-commerce company. The real end user is my user.
No, we are targeting the SMEs of not e-commerce, but we will be an e-commerce by ourselves, the expo center of themselves. So suppose you are manufacturing some product or you are an edtech company and you want to sell it to another edtech company, or you want to sell it to the distributor, dealer channel is there. There are multiple if I go to automobile sector, some companies make hardware, some companies make headlights, some companies make different parts of the body, and they assemble and make one.
I actually could not understand much of who you are trying to say. What I would have looked for, like for instance, and being very organization not very educated enough, but does do all the users need this thing on the head to look at the product?
Today, yes, because the technology is banding you to do that, but when you see the goal of getting that goal,
पॉइंट है कि जो जिसको तुम बेचोगे उसको ये सर्विस लगाना पड़ेगा ना। दूसरी बात the other thing I would, because you started on the product, there was nothing in the presentation that I could have seen. People just saying things. It would have been nicer if you could have shown something. Like कोई वीडियो ब्लॉग हो ना कि this 2D video is not good, this 3D video is better. So it is better for you to actually demonstrate. Otherwise, it's just for me. It's just words that you are speaking that this is good.
I consider your feedback and presentation.
And the other thing was that who you are trying to sell and how is it that picture is not very clear. I mean, you as a platform provider, which let's say SK, it's a Bollywood, SK, it's a very big country, but let's for now assume SK buys your product. So they will buy this so that they can better sell to their dealers or distributors.
To their dealers and distributors or banks. So suppose today if I talk about a company which I am starting, so I do not have money, I have money to register paperwork.
No, it is always very good to have a very specific stick to it.
So yes,
not just
let's take your example. I am making a burger. So I'll make a product. So I have to do a sales cycle. Here I have to talk to my existing dealers, vendors, right, and want to connect to the new ones. So you have a sales cycle where you take your product to the presentation. There are times you don't get those meetings. There are times you take the presentation and explain that. There are times. So what we want you to do is you put that product into our expo center, which is immersive and virtual. So you are putting that and you are asking, you are putting the sales cycle saying that you can visit our product, know about our product, do this experience which you are providing, and do all the queries and queries you have. And if you like, then we will go to the second section of that. Yes. Or better way you say we are just trying to reduce the number of cycles you So we are also giving you experience of converting your product. So on that experience, you are also creating a 3D demonstration model of your product where you are giving all the details. So from your every perspective, you are giving the details. You are explaining the character, how much you want to explain the product.
Hi, Baba. Few of the points that is it clear now? All right. First point that I would like to put is maybe you would need to be a bit more precise in what you say. So you made 5 or 7 minutes of presentation, and it's not very clear exactly what problem you're working on and what is your competitive advantage. So rather than speaking so much, if you could refine it into a few specific points, impactful statements, that conveys everything much clearer. So that would be one. The other is if you could also involve some statistics on what problem you are trying to solve. And let's say if no product comes into the picture, what change is it going to bring? Is it going to increase my profitability or is it going to increase the sale? What is going to happen? So that before after picture would be important. The other thing which initially matters is the team's achievements. So if you could specifically mention that in my team I have these people and they have this kind of track record. So that instills more confidence in investors who would then want to invest. So I have heard from a lot of investors that most of investors invest in the team other than idea. So projecting your team as a strength is very important.
If I answer your question,
Yeah.
so both because of the time constraint, we have squeezed our slides. Here the presentation who has all the details about the statistics, but we squeezed because of the time which we got, and also the team that is also being there. And there are few people which because of the money constraint are moonlighting, and because of their contracts with Populars, we cannot disclose what we do today. So that is a legal problem which we have, so we do not disclose what we do.
Right.
So that was see that we are going there that we are not disclosing about that one.
Okay. Now, I mean, you will have to consider that because if someone is sitting on the investor's side, he's not going to look into what problems you have. He's going to look into what actually you have. Right? The other thing is, what is the competitive edge in your product?
So we are trying to create an entry barrier to converting. Your today's biggest problem is going into this world of immersiveness. There is too much money involved to create your models and make your interactive models. So that is the most costly part. So we are converting our own IP, which will help you scan those through your phone call, and then you will create well-defined models and directly able to trace them. So that is our unique key and differentiating factor today, which we do not see. Everything has to go with human involved, with developing those models and making those models interactive, which takes huge time today and also very costly.
Common thing that people didn't get.